What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Sessions Podcast. I'm Randall.
I'm Gabe.
Yep. Oh my
Oh
god.
my
My
god,
god.
Kevin.
My god.
We're keeping
I
it.
even waited like a second because I didn't
we,
know.
I feel like this is scripted at this point because it happens every
Yeah, we
episode.
just suck at
I
doing this,
mean,
man. When are we gonna just not do an intro? Just Gabe, just fucking hit the button and say, "Oh, by the way, we're recording," and that'd be
Yeah.
God.
Just just
God,
just
wouldn't
get a
that be
raw
nice?
ass episode. It's just
Yes,
an
that's what
hour
the
straight
people want.
of us just talking about nonsense of like our personal lives.
Yeah, I talk to the people. This is exactly what they want.
exactly.
I should do that
Okay.
one
Speaking
day.
of uh, speaking of giving the people what they want, how about YouTubers boxing nowadays?
Oh, seamless
Like,
transition.
imagine,
Oh,
think about it. These There are people paying to watch YouTubers fight people. Like, when the hell did YouTube turn into
This is the evolution
like
of
a sports
YouTube.
entertainment?
YouTube was skit
YouTube was like
comedy, Minecraft Let's Plays, YouTube
and
drama, diss tracks,
and
boxing.
memes. At one point, it was filled with memes, and now it's like
Yeah.
people having like beef with other people, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna fight you,
Yeah, there was
and
a
then
pause between like all it was like drama, diss tracks, memes, and we're like, hey, things are good, and then it went to boxing. It's like, whoa, where did this come
yeah, we're
from?
like, yo, this is not the YouTube I remember from like a year ago, but okay.
Yeah,
just really glad that we get to watch the Pauls get their asses kicked.
Yeah,
dude,
I
watching Floyd
okay,
Mayweather like punch Jake Paul in the face for taking
okay.
his hat. Also, I
Yeah,
don't know
I
if I'm
will.
the only one who got so triggered when he's like, "Got your hat, got your hat, got your
that
hat." I
was
just
just so stupid. And then he made merch like 5 minutes later.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, it was a little arrogant of him, but that
Oh,
video was
little?
fucking hilarious to me. I thought that was so funny.
nah, that triggered my fight or flight, dude. I
Oh gosh.
pissed me
I don't
off.
know. I just thought he was just doing clown shit, and I thought it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah,
I'd beat his ass for that. I mean,
Oh
shit.
yeah,
I
that's
really
definitely
hope that I could take that guy, but
that's
I don't
that's
know.
definitely a that's definitely a reason to fight someone. But at the same time, like it's not me, and I feel like when I saw that, I was like playing video games, so I was in that video game mindset where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck with someone right now. So I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was funny. So I don't know.
fair.
I mean, granted, it pissed me off, but Jake Paul is a marketing genius. I'll give it to him.
Oh, both
Yeah.
of the Pauls are marketing geniuses.
I bet he like the speed at which he like put out that merch for Gotcha Hat. He
It
definitely
was
had all of
literally like
that.
5 minutes.
Oh, he
He
had it
probably did
planned.
all of that before
Oh,
it
he had that
happened.
planned. He
Yeah,
100%. As soon as that press conference was announced, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna be a fucking pest at this press conference.
I
Like
bet
I'm.
Mayweather pre-ordered one.
he's with like his marketing team, and they're like, "Okay, what's the over under on Floyd wearing a hat?" And we pull this off.
Okay, but he always wears a hat. I don't think I've ever seen Floyd not in the ring and not wearing a hat.
Oh, never mind. Hey, I'm not as boxing. What is it? I'm not as well versed in the boxing world as you guys are.
Well, I think
Yeah,
I wouldn't
definitely
necessarily
not.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm well versed, but with Mayweather being in the same weight class as Manny Pacquiao, it was always one of those things where you kind of, as a Manny Pacquiao fan, I was personally like, you know what, I'm going to just kind of keep an eye on Floyd Mayweather because
Yeah.
that's like these are the two best boxers in this weight class.
Hmm.
Understandable.
Who was the first YouTuber boxing fight? It was KSI and Logan Paul. Was that the first one?
I think so.
Yeah, they were pioneers. They're the ones who started this whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, for real.
I just feel like it's
I don't know
not.
if I'm
I don't
thanking
know.
them for that.
What was that?
I don't know if I would want to thank them for that.
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
thanking
say
him. I'm
thank them,
respecting it. I
but like,
guess.
yeah, like tip of the cap to you, sir. Like, you started something,
Yeah, but now it's like,
and then you got guys like what's that like young kid that's like super fast, so hard punching? What's his name again? Ryan something?
Ryan's Toys. Are you?
No. Are we still talking about YouTuber boxing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. The boxer, the one boxer guy. God damn it.
he's a YouTuber named Ryan, and he has fast
Not
hands.
not YouTuber, but he's a boxer on like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Like,
Oh, dude, I have no idea. All I watch is
Like, I know who you're
Etho.
talking about, but I don't know his name.
yeah, it's Ryan. It's Ryan something.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about because all these people are like, man, screw Logan Paul and KSI. I want to see Ryan's Toy.
Oh no,
Boogie
not
2988.
not Ryan's toys. Nah. No. Like, God damn it, what's his name? Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, that you know what? That sounds
That
about
guy.
right.
That guy.
Yeah, you're
I
right. I
had-
looked it up. It's a channel. American Boxer, 1 million
Yeah.
subs. He's got a YouTube Red series. What a stud, dude. Killing it. But even
Well,
more
okay.
killing it is Ryan's Toys. I want to see that kid in a ring with someone. Just like Boogie 2988, just like belly flopping on top of this kid.
That
That's
would
how
be
you,
damn impressive.
that's how you make YouTuber fights like entertaining. Because you get someone like KSI and Logan Paul, right? And they're both like athletic, they're in shape, and they train. But at the time of that fight, I think it's changed since at the time of that first one, they're both somewhat like normal dudes who are like above average in like strength and skill. They're not like pro. So you're really like paying to watch like amateur boxing.
fighting. Yeah.
If you want to
You-
make YouTuber boxing interesting, you gotta you gotta do something with it. You gotta do someone like grade A under A who like hasn't done like a face reveal, and like it's like, oh, two of like the face. You get like Swagger Souls, who
Yeah.
no one knows his face, and then they're like, it's the first time he's showing his face is like when he's gonna be boxing. It's like, holy crap! The first time I'm gonna see Swagger Souls when he gets like his tooth knocked out of his face. That would be way
He's
more
wearing a
entertaining.
helmet.
Okay. The thing that I want to see is TikTok fights. I want to see TikTokers fight each other.
Who are you trying to see fight?
I don't know. I don't care. I just want to see all these like quote unquote pretty people fight each other. I think that
I want to see
Like-
Marcus DePola, the news guy who just stares at the camera. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I want to see White Claw Gabe fight someone.
Oh my god.
I want to see him. I want to see him fight like. I don't even know.
Baby,
I don't
yeah,
even know.
baby, White Claw, baby. It's fucking the weekend, baby.
Yeah, it's the Sessions podcast. Fuck, baby. Fuck yeah.
That guy, dude. If I made a tier list of TikTokers who would kick my ass, that guy would be double S tier.
Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't even throw a punch at that point. I would just sit there. I would just have to sit there. Like, I can't punch that dude.
I want to see White Claw Gabe versus World of Shirts. His walkout song is what is it? Fuck, what's that song? New York State of Mind. He's coming out, he's like, in New York, and he's coming out there, and he's like,
yeah. Empire State of Mind.
Empire State of Mind. I don't know why I said New York State of Mind.
Because they say New York more than they say Empire.
Yeah. So he's coming out to Empire State of Mind, and White Claw Gabe's coming out to like that guy he definitely listens to like Metallica, some like
No.
scream rap.
I think he's coming out to Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba.
Oh, you were definitely right. He's listening to like whatever's hype. He's trying to stay relevant.
Yeah,
That's why he's drinking
100%.
White Claws. That's why he's like cussing up a storm. He's trying to be cool. Oh, he's
No,
definitely shin, because that's what's popping on TikTok right now.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
He's like,
I'd agree with that.
Fuck yeah, baby! What you know about rolling in the deep, baby? Yeah, White Claws, The Weekend.
What do you know about boxing, baby? Fuck yeah! You know, like I don't know. I think that'd be a fun. I think that'd be a fun fight to watch.
Yeah. Do you think he's made a video of him where he's like listening to like The Weekend? He's listening to like After Hours or something, and then he's like, "The fucking weekend, baby," and that's all it is.
Maybe.
Oh, if that's not a thing, I'm making. It's not a thing. I'm making that. I'm making that a TikTok.
He
dude.
he could be listening to The Weekend while drinking those White Claws, dude.
Dude, I'm making this as soon as we're done with this episode. I'm gonna make a TikTok, and it's gonna be a clip of like White Claw Gabe being like, "It's the fucking weekend, baby," and then it's gonna
That totally exists. That definitely is already a thing.
I don't know.
It is. I know it is. I've fucking seen it.
Oh,
I
damn.
promise.
Okay, I
I'm
personally,
making it anyway. I don't care.
Yes.
honestly, I would want to see White Claw Gabe fight the entire Sway House.
Dude, I don't even know who's in all of these houses.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
either. But I know Sway House is the irritating one with all the bros.
Who's even in the hype house? Remember that was like the first one.
How many houses?
But I think-
are there?
I think
don't know.
everyone left the hype house. I don't think there's. Is it a thing still?
Yeah, it is, because they're getting a Netflix show.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's like
a Netflix show.
The main dude, the only person I know that lives there is the dude who's just completely ripped off David Dobrik. Like copied his
the guy that
mannerisms and
the guy that
everything like
founded
that.
it, right?
No, he didn't found. I think the person who founded the Hype House was like Charlie and like Addison.
No. It was a dude. I think his name was like Thomas or Tommy or some shit.
Oh no! It's not that guy. His name's like Alex something, and he's like the David Dobrik copy.
Alex.
Alex
Is it
Warren,
that? Is that?
Alex
Is it that
Warren.
one blonde kid?
Dude, he's like this like chubby blonde kid.
Yeah,
who,
I know what you're talking about.
if you go back to his old videos, he's like totally normal and he's like pretty awkward. And you go to like his most recent ones, like has copied David Dobrik's videos to a T. The voice, the laugh, the like video titles, and like the like way it's edited too. It is like it's scary how much he's copying this guy. He does the like David Dobrik thing where he's just like laughing the whole time while he's recording. Or
Yeah.
while he's talking. It's creepy. It's a modern day like horror film. Is this guy's YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Videos.
Yeah. Also, I think it would also be a very funny concept to see like female TikTokers fight each other.
Why would it be funny to watch females fight, Randall?
I don't know. I just think it'd be. Well, think about it this way. That probably sounded really bad, but let me explain.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
I know, but for all the listeners out there, let me explain myself so you don't get all triggered.
Okay.
Like if you look at their content, right? They're lip syncing, they're dancing in front of their phone. I could not imagine them throwing a punch.
Oh, so you want to see
So
someone
to
like Addison who's like
I just want
making
to
these stupid
see,
faces.
yeah, or like Bella Porch or something, like just a female TikToker in a ring and see how their personality flips.
See, Bella
Because
Porch
then-
is like she was in the military though.
Okay, I know that's a different story, but I mean, but I'm saying, you know, like content like that, like you don't get to see the like other side of it, like, you know, like an aggressive side of them because they are not going to post that online.
The female like dancer, like TikTok girls, like their version of a YouTuber boxing match, which they just like get in a ring and they just like shake their ass and see who can like go the longest.
No, I don't want to see that. I want to see them actually fight, like it's like MMA or like boxing or, you know, like actually fight. I want to see them actually fight.
I don't know. I feel like you'd prefer to see the first option.
No, because I guarantee you, the amount of people I will see on TikTok, click on their account, and they won't have their age in their bio. I'm like, okay, you're probably not 18, so I'm not gonna like your video, and I'm going to keep swiping.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like girls put their age in their bio because like they get so many creepy
There,
dudes hitting on them, and it's like, hey,
I don't
I'm
know.
15.
I feel like I've seen more like 20 plus age like numbers in bios than I have like 15, 16.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I
My
think it's been the
TikTok doesn't
opposite.
have any chicks on it. It's just like bikes and skating and shit.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying like I'm scrolling and it's an endless thing of females, but like the females that I do see, it's like, okay, if you don't have your age in your bio, or if I can't tell that you're, like at least 18, I am not going. I don't want to see any more of your content because
Yeah. No, we have this. I have this group chat with some of my friends from college, and it's basically a thing where we just send TikToks. And this one dude, he sends this video of like this chick who's like lip syncing to something, and he like sends it to us, and he's like, "I just found my new wife." And then someone's like, "I'm gonna look this chick up online and see if I can find her." Finds her on famous birthdays, and it says she's like 16 or something. And then
ouch,
you send the screenshot of them. The whole chat is just like the FBI like gifs of like them busting through the door and everything.
that's so
No,
funny, funny.
But yeah, dude, you can't
We got
tell.
him,
You can't tell nowadays.
that's
and that's
true.
and that's what's like really messed up. Like I uh I went back to our old high school to help one of my friends DJ a school dance. And like it was a freshman dance and I wasn't aware that it was just a freshman dance. And when I got there, my friend was like, "Oh yeah, it's a freshman dance." And I'm like, half the people here don't look like they're freshmen.
Yeah, I thought this was senior. What's going on?
No, no, no. That's don't make it weird, man. They
I'm
just
not.
like I'm thinking of like what I looked as a 14-year-old. I looked 14. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
exactly.
there are so many kids now that just straight up don't look their age. They look a lot older
Yeah.
and a lot younger. I did see kids that look like they were about 7.
Yeah,
But
there's no in between. It's all people who look like they have their own families or people who look like third grade.
yeah. And it's the weirdest thing. Like I don't remember it being like that when we were in high school. It's like I felt like everyone looked like they were their age. You know what I mean? I don't think there
Yeah.
was anyone in our class, like our graduating class, who was like, "Oh yeah, there's no way you're not my age."
I
I'd
mean,
look at them and be like, "Hey, you're my age. Like
I
you're
think it's because
big."
it's relative. I mean, I think when we're there and it's like, you know, for a fact these people are your class, your grade, your age. And it's like, oh, that makes sense. But I feel like
I don't know, but think about but think about
if you're not in that context and you see those people, I feel like most people look older than what they actually are.
maybe, I don't know, but I mean like we had that like summer training freshman year. Remember that, Gabe, for
Yeah.
football?
Uh huh.
And, there would be like upperclassmen there for the like morning session or upperclassmen there for like the afternoon session. And it was only really like the kids who were like a lot older and athletes who really looked a lot older. Like I didn't feel like in our session looked like they were that much older than us. And we did have some like sophomores, juniors when like before we were freshmen.
Yeah.
So
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I mean, there's some people at our school who would be like a senior, and they would always hang out with us when we were like sophomores, like people in our grade. And it's like, oh, I just thought that kid was a sophomore because he looks young and he was only hanging out with kids from our class. But no, that fool just walked across the stage at graduation. Uh,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it would. I mean, even freshman year, I would be in class and was like, "Oh, are eighth graders doing visitations at the school already?" And it's like, no, that kid's just in my class, even though he looks like he just took his training wheels off. Um, I don't know. People just it just varies. It's weird. But yeah, I don't know.
But,
The girls on TikTok though, that's lethal. And
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just staying
to
away.
me, that is a very big turnoff.
Yeah.
Like,
Either the
like
age
not.
has to be in the bio, or if it says like a university or something, then it's like okay,
Yeah, then it's like, okay, you're definitely, relatively around my age.
yeah. Or you can do some deductive reasoning to conclude,
Oh, yeah.
like, okay, this person is in college based on what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Based on, like, oh, they have their college sweatshirt on. Like, you can, if you can't do deductive reasoning within the, like, most recent videos, or it's not stated, like, the college or age in the bio, I'm just going to stay away. I'm just going to
Yeah,
be safe.
exactly. Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a position where it's like weird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel the need to put myself in that position.
Yeah. But then you get some people, I call it gay baby. Fuck yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah, baby. Fuck.
That guy is either 25 or 45. One of the two.
Yeah, 100%.
That-
Outside chance that dude is like fresh out of college.
yeah.
Outside chance he's fresh out of college.
Kevin, who do you want to see in a TikTok fight?
TikTok or YouTube. We'll do that. TikTok or YouTube fight.
oh shit. Okay.
You can do a little
Alright.
crossover too.
Yeah. Oh, crapples, man. Let's see. Well, I mean, okay. I want to see both our favorite people in Tiny Meat Gang. I want to see like a 2-on-2, or just
Okay.
them fighting each other. That'd be sick. But a 2-on-2 with them and
Cody and
I'm-
Noel versus like another duo. Oh, I want to see Cody and Noel versus the Fact or Cap guys.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
100%. Have you seen that one chef who went to Harvard on TikTok?
I do not
Bro,
know.
you're gonna have to be more specific. There are so
Uh,
many chefs
it's
on
like
that app.
it's like Nick De I want to say DiGiorno,
Is
but I
it
know
the
that's
dude
not
who
his name.
starts off every video where he like takes a bite of something and he's like, "Let's get cooking," and he throws like a knife in the cutting
Knife?
board?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yep,
him.
I know
Oh, I've
exactly what you're
seen-
talking about.
This is the dude that cooks pasta shirtless.
Oh, the dude
wait,
who
the
always
bitch
wears the
guy?
wife beater, and he's
Uh-huh.
like, he's got that
Yeah.
thick ass Italian accent.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, no,
think-
Italian dude is gonna kick his ass. You see how ripped that guy is?
He's fucking
Yeah.
jacked. Yeah.
But the guy from Harvard will fight smart. He
How
went
do
to
you
Harvard.
fight smart?
I don't know
What
if
do
he
you
would
have to
know
fight
anything
smart?
about combat.
I'm
What's he
pretty
gonna
sure.
do?
I feel like if you go to Harvard, I'm pretty sure you know how to not get your ass kicked.
I think
I
a
feel like if
beefy
you go to
Italian
Harvard,
dude.
you didn't leave your like room and don't know like what grass feels like, and you probably have had your face in a book for years.
Possibly.
Yeah. If you've had your face in a book for years, you're about to have your face in the floor in seconds in that fight.
Absolutely.
A beefy ass Italian dude who spends his days making pasta and yelling at a camera is gonna
Oh, yeah.
kick the ass of a
Jack
guy
From the pasta.
who is like in the camera taking a bite of something going, let's get cooking. No, that
I don't
guy
know.
is getting
I
his
don't know.
ass handed to him.
I don't know, man. Dude knows how to throw knives. I'm not saying that knives are allowed in the fight, but dude knows how to throw a knife.
Unless he's pulling some ninja shit where he's pulling shurikens out of his pants. The Italian guy is winning 7 days a week. He's winning every fight.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Kevin's Italian. He knows he's got that fiery blood in him that he'll just
It's
like.
true. I live and breathe pasta. I fucking meatball eat those bitches every day.
He smokes pre-rolls of oregano and basil.
Oregano.
Oh my god.
just Italian
Fresh-picked
seasoning
basil.
mix.
Yeah, just
Absolutely.
Italian. No, Italian seasoning is a sin. Italians don't eat Italian seasoning. They put it together
No.
themselves.
Like that's what I
Absolutely.
mean. Like fresh Italian seasoning.
Yeah. Kevin goes and he gets one of his Bibles of the many Bibles he has in his Italian home.
Yeah, I have
He
3 in
rips-
my room alone.
He rips that
Actually?
page out. He picks out a bunch of like basil and oregano and rosemary, and he rolls that up, and that's Italian.
Just
Italian.
just
wheat.
just like fresh Italian herbs and Bible paper.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Huh, interesting.
Sounds like heaven.
Okay, those chefs, good battle, but I want to go back to Cody and Noel versus Factor Cap.
Factor Cap.
My money's on Factor Cap, dude. I think they're
I
winning
don't
that
know.
fight.
Fuck.
I think Cody and Noel have this just like, I don't know, watching their videos, they don't give enough of a fuck to
Nah,
really, really fight scared. I feel like they would actually just kind of just go in there and just do whatever they can to win.
I
don't know.
I think it.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. They absolutely shat on Matty Smokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're good at
Dude,
like the
that-
verbal talking. Like, I guess the
But
only
that'll-
way they would
but that'll
win
get
is
in
like they
someone's
just
head.
roast. They just absolutely roast like Party Shirt, the Factor Cap guys. They just absolutely roast them before they get in there, and they're just like, "Oh damn, they're too cool. They're too funny. I can't do anything." Maybe then, but I don't know. First of all, these two guys are from Australia. Those guys live with like man-eating spiders roaming around them at all times. I think just that Australian like natural instinct and like them like hunting, and I don't know. I think Factor
Okay.
Cap is gonna put a cap in Cody and Noel's ass.
I will say that is a fair argument. I did when I was, what was I, 16? I think I was 16. I think I was a sophomore. I don't really remember. But I was playing like up on like a travel team, and we had this dude from Australia. He was like 18. He was like 6'3", 220, fast as shit, absolutely jacked. And he was like the most aggressive person on the baseball field. So like I understand what you're saying about the whole like Australian fire, I guess.
Well, we had an Australian guy at our school named Elliot, and he was in a couple of my classes, and he was just like, he was huge. He played rugby, and he hated this one kid in our class. And wait, Kevin, he was in your class. Oh, you guys remember this? Randall and I were in
Sports med
class, and right next door, it's like one of those classrooms that's one big classroom, but has like a divider that goes.
Yeah,
down
it
the
has like a
middle.
partition.
Yeah, it's like a soundproof partition, and you can like move it in case there's an event, and it becomes one giant room. And Kevin was in physical science right next door, and they had a teacher that just did not care.
Sweat.
Yeah, he did not care, period. And our teacher was like, she wasn't strict, she was just very passionate and into like what she was
Learning.
teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted to teach us what she knew. Teach us what she knew.
It was about like, I don't know, it was sports medicine. It was about like learning to like be safe in playing sports and how to treat like sports related injuries. This is all like very real stuff we experienced. Anyway, she was very into teaching whatever it was, and Kevin's class just did not do anything at all. And the Australian kid, Elliot, was in there, and he was getting pissed at this kid, Nolan. And then he was like, Nolan, you fucking cunt, I'm gonna throw you. And he picks up Nolan and throws him at the partition, and it breaks him.
Bust through the partition. And there's a fucking hole in the wall.
Kevin, I remember you were sitting right next to the partition, and then you just poked your head through the new hole in it, and you're like, Coach Villa, I am so sorry. And then she gave you, like, what was it? She gave you, like, a referral on the spot or something.
Which is a referral is 3 detentions, and it goes on your permanent record.
Yeah, you got it taken away, though, because you're like, I wasn't the
Yeah,
one.
I did.
I didn't throw a
I had
kid.
to serve one of the detentions though.
Oh,
That was so
tough.
lame. That was so ass.
Okay,
Yeah.
sophomore year, I got a detention for getting a book stolen out of my backpack.
How? How did you get the detention? What was the reason?
Because I didn't have my book for class.
So you just
Okay,
told the
what-
teacher, you're
who were
like,
the
I don't have.
I was
teachers'
like, I was
first
like,
name?
I went, I was like, I just got out of mass, and when I went to go get my stuff to go to class, my backpack was open and my book was gone.
Okay, but what was the teacher's first name?
Renee.
Ah,
Oh,
the
okay.
favorite.
That makes so much
That'll
sense.
do it.
Yeah.
Damn, someone stole your book?
Yeah, my vocab book.
That's quite
Dude,
foul.
people at our
And she's
school
like,
would leave their laptops out on the table
and
overnight
and
for
she
days and no one would steal it. But someone went into your backpack to steal a book?
hmm
Oh my god.
she was like, you should have came to me before class and got printouts and done the work. And I'm like, I did the work yesterday. I had my book this morning. I came to school with it. I don't know where it is now. What do you like? What do you want me to do? I can't do anything. Like, why am I getting in trouble for this? She just straight up didn't care, and I'm like, bro,
What
I
a
can't-
menace, dude.
I'm like, I can't do anything.
So did
My-
you just have to buy a new book? Like on the
No, I just
spot?
got printouts for the rest of the year.
Did someone like photocopy it for you? They're like, oh, poor Randall. I'm
No,
like,
she photocopied it for me at the beginning of every week.
oh my god. So that means she believed you that someone stole it. And she's still
Obviously, and she still gave me a detention for it. But the cool thing about the detention that I got, the baseball coach at our school, was like, in charge of watching detention, and he was like, all right, pick up 5 pieces of trash, then you can go,
like, oh
like
hell.
around campus, and then you can go. And I was like, all right, cool. So I have a 5-minute detention. Because literally in his hallway, like his hallway was like cluttered with trash.
Yes, you just picked up all the trash in the hallway.
I just picked up all the trash in the hallway and then left.
Ah, dude, that's lit. That is
Super
awesome.
tight.
Yeah, dude. I think I had this one detention, and it was with the ASB moderator senior year. We were in his room, and he like loved me because I was on ASB, obviously, and he like. Yeah, I just went in and he was like, Gabe, what the hell are you doing in here? I'm like, serving detention. And then he was like, you got detention? Why? And I'm like, oh, this was stupid. I had a bottom locker the whole year, and a top was never used. The entire year, it didn't have a lock on it. It was just sitting there. And this was like around November. And I was like, if no one's
like
taking this locker, I'm gonna move all my stuff to the top one, because why am I using the one on the bottom and sitting on the floor to take my books out?
The senior lockers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna take the top one, so I put all my stuff in the top one.
I remember that.
A couple weeks after that happens, I get like a note on my bottom locker, and it's like saying like, Gabe, please report to so and so's office. And I go in there, and they're like, I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh,
Dude,
you don't have a lock on your locker, and your locker's empty. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I moved it to the top one, like 2 above mine. The person who used that one just hasn't used it all year, so I just figured I'd use that one because it's a lot easier. And she's like, excuse me? You're gonna move all your stuff to the top locker without telling us that you're moving lockers? You didn't think to ask to move lockers? And I'm like, no, am I supposed to? And then she's like, what if we suspect that you are dealing drugs or stole something? You need to get into your locker, but we don't know where your locker is. And I'm like, okay, but I wouldn't do any of that, you know?
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, you think just because you're on ASB, you're untouchable. You think Mr. ASB can do whatever the hell he wants. I'm like, lady, what the hell are you talking about? What is she like? The assumptions she is making are unreal. And
Gabe, I will say, I was like, what, 3-4 lockers down from you?
Uh-huh.
I remember that because you're like, oh, I need to go meet with this person. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, that sucks. And then I saw you later that day and you're like, yeah, I got a detention.
literally. And
I'm like, what the hell?
and she was like, okay, what if we need to get into that kid's locker because he stole something, and then we break into it, and it's your locker. And I'm like, okay, fair point.
I don't even know if that kid was at the school for senior year.
No, it was someone who was still at the school but just didn't use their locker. But anyway, I was like, I'm sorry, like, if you want, I can move it back. I just thought that, if no one was going to use it, I might as well, and whatever. And she's like, well, too late now. You pissed me off. And schools, so now you have detention. That's the only detention I've ever had in high school was because of that.
She definitely had to stick up her ass.
Oh, 100%. Like,
I would always try to be super, super nice to her. Like, I tried to avoid her as much as I possibly could because she would always get mad at you if you, like, rubbed her the wrong way at all.
Yeah.
Like, it could be the most, like, minor inconvenience, and she would be pissed.
Dude, Ryan went in, my brother, Ryan, he went in, and he was like, hey, it was a Friday, and he was like, hey, where's detention today? Because he had a detention, and he was like, what teacher is doing detention today? And she's like, excuse me, do you read your handbook? And he was like, I guess. And then she's like, well, if you read your handbook, you would know that there's no detentions on Friday. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then she's like, you know what? Just for that, for being ignorant, I'm going to give you another detention. And he's like, what?
Kidding me?
Yeah, dude, she's handing out detentions left and right. And I think the reasoning was, like, not reading the school handbook or, like, something stupid like that. How are you going to give someone a detention for that?
Okay, I think she liked me because I was Filipino. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm going to keep it 100. I think she liked me because I was Filipino. And I treated her how I would treat, like, extended family.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I'd be very...
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, there's, like, I don't know, in like, just Filipino culture, there's this, like, sense of respect with elders that, like, I don't know, it's, like, super important, and I just, like, I get it, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like it's a little too much, but, I'm very Americanized.
I mean, I was always super polite to her. I never did anything wrong, and for the littlest slip-ups, or even if I didn't do anything and she was just having a bad day, she would pop off for no reason.
I don't know. It's weird. I had a pretty, like, smooth. I had really smooth interaction with her. I didn't have, like, a lot of bad things to say. I was just like, if you don't piss her off, if you don't do anything wrong, then she has no reason to get mad at you, and she won't get mad at you. Like, I'd always walk in with, like, the biggest smile on my face and be like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Like, just turn on the, like, turn on the charm, so to speak. I don't really fucking know. I have no good way of
until she got mad at me, even though I was being nice to her. And I'm like, you know what? Screw you. I don't care anymore.
I don't know. I think it was because my first
mentality I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, my uncle also went to our high school, so she remembered the last name too.
Yeah.
So that also might have helped.
Yeah.
Because from my understanding, my uncle was, like, a good student, varsity athlete. Like he was pretty, like, clean cut kid as a high schooler. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I was if my only detention was my senior year for moving my locker.
Yeah, I had two. I had one freshman year for something. My English teacher gave it to me for I don't even know what. Have I mentioned the soy sauce story before?
Oh yeah,
on the show.
On
the show. Have I mentioned the soy sauce story?
I think so. I think he did on one of the early episodes, but I guess I can say it again.
Just a quick recap. There's trash in the hallway. One of them was a soy sauce packet, and she assumed it was my trash. And I sat like right in front of her desk, and I got super pissed. And I was like, I ate a sandwich for lunch, and
No, she assumed, for people that don't know, she assumed it was Randall's just because he was Asian. And she saw a soy sauce packet. Out of the hundreds of kids at this school, it could have been anyone.
anyone, and she assumed it was the chubby Asian kid who sat right in front of her desk, and I was pissed. I didn't say I looked pissed. I was pissed the rest of that class. When she said there's a soy sauce packet, I had my textbook in my hand because we're doing like, English textbook stuff, and I was holding it like by my by my face, like taking it out, and I threw it on the desk, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. It's just like blatant racism.
That was just blatant. I'm like, dude, like you can kind of hide that. You can allude to that. It was the fact that it was my trash. And she was like, "Can you go outside and pick it up anyway?" And I'm like, "No."
Just ask the
I'm like-
class, hey, who had food that had soy sauce? That is so much of an easier way to go about it than,
Yeah,
hey, you
not-
Asian kids sitting right in front of me.
Front of
you
me.
left your
Yeah,
soy sauce.
You left your soy sauce in the
Bro,
hallway.
that's like
I'm
a third grade like racist insult. Like,
dude, and it was some Chaldean kid eating sushi for lunch, and I saw him eating sushi for lunch. I'm like, bro. She's like, all right, then whose trash is it? I'm like, it's this kid's trash. I saw him eating sushi outside of your classroom before I walked
it
in.
can't be him. He's Chaldean. He doesn't eat Chinese food.
Yeah, like, see, and that's even more fucked because sushi's Japanese.
Yeah, you're not even Japanese. This is the funny
I know.
part.
I'm like, I'm not Japanese. I ate a sandwich. A fucking sandwich.
You like walk into class eating the sandwich, and she's like, "Randall, you left your soy sauce outside."
Dude,
Bitch, I'm eating a meatball sub.
I straight up, it was a turkey sandwich with mayo and mustard. That was like my lunch for probably like 75% of
Soy
like
sauce goes
high school.
so well with that.
I definitely need soy sauce for a turkey, mayo, and mustard sandwich on white bread, like out of my face.
Dude.
And then on top of that, when I walked into her classroom, I was drinking a Capri Sun and eating a bag of chips. Like, I don't know how the fuck she got soy sauce from like what was in my hand when I walked in.
Well, maybe Randall likes dipping his Lay's chips in soy sauce.
Yeah, that's like just every Asian does that. Every Asian has a bowl of soy sauce to eat their fucking potato
there are
chips.
Probably some like racist ass people out there that picture like
But it was
an
like-
Asian
it was-
kid snack as like American snacks, but with like sriracha on it or soy sauce on it. Like a kid putting sriracha in Oreos and being like, delicious, ni hao. Like, no. I don't even know. The most,
I don't know.
The most
It was just it was so like unintentionally racist, and I was so like pissed.
Yeah. I've only experienced, I guess, what you would call racism. I guess it would just be more prejudice, not racism.
But it
an
wasn't like I know she wasn't intentionally trying to be like that, but it still like made me mad because she continued to ask me, "Can you pick it up anyway?" And that's what really set me off. I was like, "No, I will not. I am not picking up the trash just because you assumed it was mine." Because it was a soy sauce packet. Like if you just said, "Hey, can you pick up the trash in the hallway?" I would have been like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, "Your trash in the hallway." I'm like, I ate outside.
Yeah.
She's like, there's a soy sauce packet. What? Like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Also, I'm Asian enough to walk into school with a soy sauce bottle, not a packet, so I'm also a little offended by that.
Yeah, there would be those kids who would like have the sriracha, the mini sriracha,
The
hanging
mini
in
sriracha?
backpack.
I wouldn't do that. It would be in my lunchbox, but like, we did have like a travel size soy sauce bottle. That's besides the point. That's besides the point.
Okay. My one racist experience was like the most random, unexpected place. I was in my front yard. So I'm Latino, for those of you listening. I'm like my mom was like born and raised in Panama. My dad is half Panamanian, so I'm Central American. I'm like kind of brown. A lot of people think I'm just like straight up white, which is like understandable. But
When I first met you, I definitely thought you were just like full white. I had no
yeah,
like hint that you were anything other than white.
yeah. But no, I was
And then
I was
I
out-
met your family. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. No. I mean, also my last name. My dad is half white and half Latino, and my mom is 100% Latino. So the 1/4 of me that isn't is where I got my last name from. But yeah. So I was in my front yard. I was doing like gardening. I was like picking weeds or something. In my front, you can already see where this is going. I was picking weeds in my front yard, and it was like a hot sunny day during the summer. So I was getting pretty brown. I think this was a little bit after I came back from like Hawaii after graduation. So I was like very, very dark from like being like in the sun for so many days in a row. And I was like picking weeds in my front yard with my brother. And this lady comes over to us and then she's like, "Oh, do you guys do gardening here in the neighborhood?" And we're like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, how much do you guys do gardening here in the neighborhood? How much do you guys charge? I need some like work done." And we're like, yeah, we live here." She was like, "Oh, you live here?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is our house." And she's like, "Oh." And just walked away. And I was like, okay, lady. I wasn't even like it was one of those things where it's like so racist that like you're not even mad. It's just like, damn, that was racist.
Yeah.
You just go on with your day. Like, I mean,
So
me and my
that's-
brother were kind of stoked. We're like, "Hey, we experienced prejudice. We're victims."
Yeah.
That's
So
how most
for
of the dudes I know
for-
are. They're just
for-
like,
for-
oh shit, I got to experience something.
Exactly.
yeah, for like about 6 years, 5 to 7 years of my life. 5 to 7 years of my life. I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline. I lived in Temecula. You know, just it's about an hour north of San Diego for those of you that don't know where the fuck that is. But it is a predominantly white city. Like that's what it is. And every time I'd walk into like any store or like the mall, like I would just have eyes on me. Like people would straight up like turn their heads when they'd see like me and my family walk into a store.
Yeah.
I'd be like the only like brown people like in like a 5-mile radius,
I
and
wanna go
they'd
to
look at us like we were
For that
aliens.
exact reason, white people are like, it's like the funniest thing ever when like a white dude's there because they're like just 6'1", and like
Yeah,
everyone
they,
else there.
they just stick out. You're like, you
Yeah,
do not look the
exactly. Like
same.
that'd be the funniest thing ever to just be the tallest person literally everywhere.
Yeah,
But like I
wasn't-
do know a few people like that are like I guess like Asian that are like honestly, Randall, you're pretty up there. Like you're taller than
Yeah,
like
I'm-
a lot of dudes that I know.
I'm definitely tall for an Asian person, but like
and tall
in the-
for a
in
person
the-
in general.
in the span, I'd say I'm about average height for like the average American person.
You're 5'11", right?
Tentative.
What would you classify yourself as?
I'd probably say like 5'10" and a half.
Word.
You're 5'11".
Like on a good day, I'm 5'11". On most days, I'm not.
The average male height is 5'6", I'm pretty sure. So
Wow.
No way, really?
yeah, I think it's just because like most of the billions of men are from like India and China, and they're like naturally a lot shorter. So I think that, but I guess like the average
5'9".
male height
Average
in
is
the-
5'9".
Oh, it's 5'9".
Yeah. Average age adjusted height for American men 20 years old and up is about 5'9".
I'm gonna look up average
According-
male height global because I think it's lower global.
Oh, global definitely, but I'm talking about like
Oh, global's
America
5'7".
standards.
Never mind. Damn, dude, I'm 5'8". I'm below average height. That sucks.
For-
That sucks
for-
so bad.
For America.
Yeah, for America. Whatever. I'm never gonna grow for the rest of my life. I'm always gonna be a midget.
Okay, hear me out. You're not an athlete. Take some PEDs.
No.
What's a
Just,
PED?
just performance enhancing drug. Just
Oh,
shoot
I thought
HGH.
that's when you get a bad grade in your physical education class.
just,
PED.
just shoot up HGH. Just pump your veins full of human growth hormones.
I should. I should take steroids too. Fun
Just
fact,
get
I have
absolutely jacked.
dude, I have when I was a kid, I was born premature by a month. Like a
No
full
way.
on month. And so when I was born, the doctor like told my mom, they're like, "Yeah, you're like most kids who are born like a month early will die." Uh, so
Yeah.
they were telling my mom, they're like, "Your son will either die horrible birth defects, and we don't know, like we won't know what's gonna happen. Uh, like we're just gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait and see. Time will tell." And my mom was like, "No, my son is gonna be fine." And they're like, "He could be completely normal. It's just unlikely he missed a month of like development." So I had to be put in like a ventilator. I was like in this like literal chamber with like a glass dome around me. I
Yeah,
was just
you were
like
in an
laying
you're
in it.
you're
Just,
you were
like
in an
laying
you're
in it.
you're
An
in an you're in an
incubation.
incubator. Yeah.
That's what it was. And so because I wasn't so developed, what they had to do was they had to give me like baby steroids to make sure that like as I was in the incubation chamber, like I was like growing normally. I feel like that might also be why I'm a bit shorter, is because of that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
but I mean, I will say this: you did not turn out normal. You turned out fantastic.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
my
welcome.
god.
Babe.
Gotta get the homie spirits up, man.
No, I'm fine about it. Hey, I survived against all odds. He thought I was gonna die, and I'm here. I had no birth defects.
You
But
beat death. You looked death straight in the face and said, "Nah, man, fuck you."
literally. But no, when they gave me these like baby steroids for development, one of the problems that they thought I would have is my apparently your lungs are like the last things that develop when you're a child.
Really?
Yeah, like you get lungs, but like they grow to like their quote unquote like full size for your current size. Like they grow to full size proportionately to like your baby self, like towards the end of like when you're in
Huh? I
your
didn't.
mom's belly. And
I
so
didn't know
basic,
that.
yeah, so I had trouble like breathing when I was a kid. So they gave me like steroids that were like focused on like respiratory. So and it wasn't done to like keep them strong, and so that way my like chest wouldn't collapse on my lungs. Crazy stuff. So I had to like they gave these to me when I was a kid, and I guess like I didn't know about any of this until like a few years ago. But I was like at like my doctor's checkup, and they were like doing this like they were doing like testing my heart rate, and they were like, "Holy crap, you have like a very very low heart rate." Which like a low heart rate is like the lower it is, like the stronger it is, and the more healthy it is. And they're like, "You have a very low heart rate," and I'm like, "Oh really?" And they're like, "Yeah, you have like big deep breaths too." And they're like, are you a swimmer?" I'm like, "No, I've never like done any
Never
competitive
competitively
swimming."
swim.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Because if a pool in my backyard, I'll swim casually, but I'm not like racing." And he's like, "So you don't do swimming at all?" I'm like, "Nah." And he's like, "Do you do cross country?" I'm like, "I do track." And he's like, "What events do you do?" And I'm like, "I do the sprints." He's like, "You do the sprints?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You have very large lungs." And I was like, "Ew." And he was like, "No, you have like very large lungs, and usually I only see this with like kids who are swimmers or like cross country athletes." And he's like, "You say you're a sprinter?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah. And he's like, "I don't know, you just have like huge lungs." And when I told like my parents about it, my mom was like, "Oh, maybe it's because when they gave you those steroids when you were a kid." And I was like, "The fuck? They gave me steroids when I was a kid?" But she explained the whole thing. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe when I was in that incubation chamber, they gave me steroids and it pumped up my lungs. So now I have a super healthy heart and like Although when I do get like a cough, it's really bad because my lungs are so big. But I guess I have like a higher chance of surviving it. I don't know. So when COVID was a thing, I wasn't worried because I was like, dude, I'm
Basically,
set.
long story short, Gabe's a motherfucking tank.
Dude, you're talking to Mister Big Lungs over here.
Big lungs,
Yeah,
bro.
This guy can really hit the bing.
Instead of
yes.
White Claw Gabe, it's Big Lungs Gabe.
Yeah, instead of fuck yeah, baby, it's just baby. That's all it is.
Just the deepest breath you can possibly take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
baby.
So who knows? Dude, I wonder if I did like competitive swimming since I was like a little kid, like if I got put in like intense training like that, like would I be like the next Michael Phelps if I started doing swimming from like a young age?
Here's what I always thought, because as a kid, this is gonna sound really bad, but I was basically pumped. Like my diet from probably the ages of like, I don't know, I'd say 4 to probably like 6 consisted of like McDonald's, KFC, Top Ramen, and Vienna sausage.
That sounds fire.
It's cool because I'm pretty sure all the hormones in that shit made me taller than what I was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side of that, all of the like unhealthy shit, all like the sodium, I'm pretty sure that's what made me fat as a kid, and that's probably the reason I'm still fat now.
Yeah,
Because I
I've
just have
been.
like, I have like a, I don't want to say craving, more like inclination. It's like, all right, I'm hungry and I don't want to put an effort to cook food right now. What am I gonna make?
Yeah, I mean,
And it's
I also
like,
don't know if it's. I think it's just like you're used to eating that type of food. Like you grew up with eating, I guess, like fast food, and that in turn
here's
becomes your comfort food.
here's the weird thing. I don't like fast food. I will never like go out and order fast food. Like I don't. I will try to avoid fast food as much as I can. Like it doesn't sit well.
You're telling me you're not going to kill a Jack in the Box munchie meal at 2 in the morning?
Well, yeah, Jack in the Box Munch Meal at 2 a.m. But I'm saying like, say I'm like going about my day and I'm out and I get hungry. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna stop by Jack in the Box. Like, oh, I'm gonna go stop for like a a poke bowl, or I'm gonna stop for fuck, I don't know, something just as quick but like not fast food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you're on a road trip, are you not going to get fast food? Or are you going to stop like
I mean,
somewhere to like
yes,
sit
there's
down and
there's there's
eat?
obviously those like occasional times where yeah, I'm getting fast food, but I don't I don't choose to eat fast food.
Mm-hmm.
It's never my choice. It's never like, "Oh, let's go to McDonald's right now. I'm craving McDonald's." It's like, no. Like if I'm going out to eat, I'm getting something that isn't so shit for me.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't know. I feel like that's also partially because I grew up being like pumped full of like fast food, so
Yeah, now you're just disgusted, like you're sick of it.
it's not even like disgusting. It's more along the lines of like I don't want it.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
it's when it's there, I will eat it because 9 times out of 10, I am absolutely fucked up, and I will
mhm.
eat whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm actively looking to go get a burger or something like that. And if I am, it's like let's go get an expensive one. I don't know.
Okay, big baller over
Not
here.
even like that. It's like
No, I'm
it's
playing.
like let's go get one that isn't like $1.50. Let's go get
Yeah.
one that's maybe $10. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
a good quality burger that like I actually see. Not
Some Shake Shack.
yeah, Shake Shack, shit, Five Guys.
Dude, Shake Shack rocks. Dude, I don't know what they're putting in like in those burgers, dude.
Have you ever had a
In those
lounge burger?
no,
Does
I
that
don't.
sound familiar to you?
Maybe.
I guess maybe.
It's like a really small chain.
Yeah, there's one by our rival school, right?
Yes, that is actually the one that is closest to me.
Yeah, okay, I have been there for sure.
Huh.
That place is really good. Their burgers are expensive, but that place is top tier A1 burgers. Burger wise, highly recommend.
In-N-Out? What are your thoughts on In-N-Out?
Oh, love In and Out.
Yeah.
If
See,
you grow up in
they're-
California, you gotta like In and Out.
They're fast food, but it's like
It's fresh.
it's beyond. But it
It's
still
fast
maintains the
food.
price.
It's fast food elevated.
Yeah.
'Cause I
the
don't
places
think- I
that
don't
are like
think-
fast food elevated, I think that's like In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A,
Habit Burger. If you ever been
Cane's.
to
No,
Habit
Habits
Burger.
isn't fast food. I'm talking like places with like a drive-through.
Yeah, Habit has a drive-through. There's one by my
The
house.
Habit has a drive-through.
yeah.
Yeah.
The one in Flagstaff is a drive-through.
Oh my
There's
god.
there's Habit Burgers with drive-throughs.
no way.
Yeah.
I guess I'll include Habit on that list. I'm gonna say In-N-Out, Habit, Chick-fil-A, Cane's, and
Hey, L.A. problems, I guess.
well, even here, San Diego, I've never seen a Habit with a drive-through.
Really?
Yeah, there's a few
There's-
Habits near my house, and none of them are drive-throughs. They're all like sit-down, like places.
Damn.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
No. When
Things.
when COVID started, like, the Habit drive-through was popping.
I need to go
Like,
now.
It was
It's my
live.
mission. Oh,
Make it your goal to just go to the Habit Burger drive-through.
yeah. Hey, my friend. Oh, hey, Bruno's here, and he's got his hands on my shoulders, and he's saying it's time for our appointment.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Shelby's here, and I think it's time I don't know, get some fur.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys, I don't know if you guys have met Bruno, but if you want to know Bruno, you should check out our episode from last week.
It'll give you a more in-depth look to who Bruno is and how we
Yeah.
know him.
Get inside the mind of Bruno.